Rohan, you've been sort of around the club now for a little bit of time. How are you finding yourself settling in and understanding what your role is?
In terms of settling in, I think we've got a really good team. Not just players, but I mean, as boys in general. It's a really welcoming group. Everyone gets along well. So yeah, I'm settling in, I think.
You were there on Tuesday. Did you have a good time with them at the races?
I didn't actually go.
Oh, you didn't go?
No, I had something to do, so I didn't get to go, unfortunately. But heard I had a really good time, so yeah.
An important bonding time, really, even if you weren't there. But I mean, have you found it quite easy to sort of get yourself settled within the group?
Yeah, and of course, in the Christmas we went to Cardiff, had a Christmas do there, so everyone, kind of got together there as well. So I didn't miss that one.
Make sure you were there for that.
Yeah.
Do you get an idea from Michael Duff as to sort of what he's wanting you to do? Sort of you're holding the midfield nice and tight, but is that what he's asked you to do, or are you allowed a bit of freedom?
We actually had a conversation about this not long ago, and he told me, I'm a physical player, obviously, so that's what he wants from me. Dominate the ball, win it back, win my second balls, and play it simple. That's something I feel like I can do. So yeah, we had that conversation.
You've often been coming on for the last half hour, something like that. Is that because he's just wanting to give you time to get used to things, or does he see that Eddie Jones in rugby calls them finishers, that actually your skills are perfect to come on for that last half hour?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I think maybe he wants to give me game time as much as possible, and it's obviously difficult to change the team up, and he needs to use everybody because it's getting to the end of the season now. People are getting knocks, people are getting possibly tired or loss of form, so it's kind of like it's rotating the team, really.
Are you happy sometimes being the sub that comes on? Are you sort of itching to try and get that starting shirt as well?
Yeah, I've always preferred most players prefer starting, but I've always seen myself as a real starter, someone who can affect the game from the start. But obviously if the gaffer wants me to come off the bench, then that's something that I do. Can't complain, really.
And when you're thinking about the people that you might end up replacing, are there some obvious ones that, I want you to go on in that particular place, or do you find that you're quite adaptable and you can move around and go to different places?
Predominantly I'm going to play in midfield. Come on, whether we play a holding midfielder or two holding midfielders, it'd be one of them, not number 10. So yeah.
Not quite that super striker, but you'll give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go, yeah.
I mean, looking to Cambridge coming up this Saturday, I mean, last week they seemed to be struggling, actually. Their manager went and said they kind of lacked aggression, and so for you, with the way that you described the way that you play, how well do you think that you can attack somebody like Cambridge?
Yeah, I think any team really, doesn't matter who we're playing, I want to be playing. So whether their manager says they're lacking aggression or not, I want to be playing against whoever. So I don't think I'd be suited to Cambridge more than anyone else, but yeah.
And when you look at the running that you've got in terms of the position as to where you guys are, I mean, what's the mood around the camp? Michael Duff was saying that he's trying to make sure that nobody gets too far ahead of themselves, but what's the mood in the camp in terms of being in 5th spot in the league?
It's very positive at the moment. As manager says, we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves. We try to take every game as it comes. We're not looking, if this team loses, we can be here or that. We're just concentrating on winning the next game, every game.
When you talk about being able to win every game, I mean, do you feel that you've got the abilities to actually, to beat anybody in the league? Michael's always talked about how tight it can be, but do you feel that you can take on anybody and you can get a result against anybody?
Yeah, I think there's a belief in the camp now. We can do it. We can win a game by playing nice football. We can win a game in a gritty way. Sometimes we don't play well, and we still end up getting results. So I think there's a belief.
And certainly when you've had that run, 5 wins, and it was a draw, that's got to give you a real good boost going into this final stage of the season.
Yeah, of course. But as you said, as I said as well, just looking at the next game. We're not really looking at the past. Just concentrating on the next game coming up, trying to win that.
Rohan, thank you very much. You guys anything else?
Just one question. So obviously I've had quite a good run of form, mate. Is in the camp, within the lads, do you think, have you guys kind of almost know why that's happened, or is it just kind of just clicked all of a sudden?
So we've obviously been trying to do what we can to win. It's taken us, the whole season to get where we are now. I think what we're doing, we keep trying to do, keep improving on. It's not just an accident, we work hard on a training pitch, and it shows on the match pitch.